And welcome to BackChat. We're having a difficult evening this evening. Internet connection is not working really well. But we're going to push on. Let's see if we can get Zinzi Chabangu back on here. Phenomenal athlete, as I said. Hopefully we'll be able to have this chat. Otherwise, we're going to have to move it because, this is a very important chat. We've got Pilani Butelezi. Welcome. Gail Karan, welcome to you. Kesa Molotsane, welcome to you. Kicks the high jumper. Thanks for coming back on, guys. Let's see if we can, it's important that we have these conversations. It's a bit tricky this evening because of internet connections. I believe it's from my side mainly. Henda. But we're going to try again. Kesa, thank you. Thumbs up. I see you. Thanks to you guys for joining on. We're having a chat with Zinzi Chabangu. Let's see if she's still there. She was having problem with, I think I was having more problems with my connection. Henry Makane, welcome to you as well, brother. It's good to have you here. I'm gonna try to connect with Zinzi Chabangu again now, and hopefully this time around there will be no disruptions in the connection. Hope you guys are doing well. December, I couldn't believe we're already in December. The year has been flying by. But yeah, it is what it is. I'll never complain about the year coming to an end. Zinzi! Yo!
December.
Zinzi!
Yes, can you?
I don't know what's happening. Zinzi, today the connection is not working with us at all. Huh?
Can you hear me now?
Is it my side or is it your side?
It's your side.
Yeah, I hear you. It's the connection, guys. The connection tonight is not working at all. I don't know. Welcome to BackChat. I'm your host, Temba Madima. We're trying to chat with Zinzi, but both of my connection is so bad. If you guys can hear me, just wave at me. If you can hear me, wave at me. Zinzi, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yo, good rap today. Can you hear me at all?
Yes, I can.
Like properly now?
Yes, but you're buffering.
Is it? Yeah. I just don't know. Can somebody just write in the comment section? If you can hear me, say Temba, you're good. If you can hear Zinzi, say Zinzi is good. Because I can't really say what's happening actually. We usually find on network, but tonight it's not as good. But it looks like we're fine now. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, let's try pick it up one more time. So yes, tell us about your triple jump journey and how this started and began.
It started in grade 9.
Yeah.
I was a sprinter from grade 1 until grade 4. Then I started doing jump.
Yeah.
Then in grade 9, I saw my senior doing triple jump at school. Yeah. And I was intrigued by her, so that's how I started. I asked her how it's done. She showed me, the coach showed me, and that's how it started.
That's simple. Did you know like you would was it always a dream of yours to be a professional athlete, or did you maybe try other sports before this, karate, cramping, maybe you were a dancer, anything else, or was it always athletics?
I always didn't know that I'd be a professional athlete in athletics. Yeah. I used to do netball as well.
Okay.
Until grade 10. From grade 10, that's when it became clear which sports to go for.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. You see, I knew there must have been. There's no way there's no netball with your height, and the coaches are always scouting and they're probably calling you Zinzi, when are you coming back? So, but I mean, you did the right choice. You took the right choice. Athletics is definitely, I mean, if you look at your achievements, it shows that you definitely make the right choice. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, so at what point, obviously, the transition from being a youth to junior athletics is one of those. It's a big move, I mean, you were able to win a medal at African junior championships as well. So you've been around, you've been in the scene for a long time. Do you remember how it felt like the first time when you put on SA colors representing South Africa?
Yes, I do. It was 2012.
Yeah,
It was two southern regions, and
yeah,
they were held at Zimbabwe. That was the first time I wore the South African clothing.
yeah. And tell us about that. I mean, I mean, at that young age, obviously, it's like, you trained hard, you get national colors. Was it ever a big deal for you, like being part of the SA team, or was it something that you expected from the work you were putting in? Um, tell us about that.
Honestly, it was because I started triple jump in 2011.
Yeah,
So I was still quite new to the event, and it was a shock for me, honestly, because at that time I was still doing both triple jump and netball, and that's how the distinction came. When I
yeah,
started representing South Africa with athletics, that's how I chose athletics.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, once you become like one of the best in the country. I mean, you see, team sports, as much as I love team sports, and team sports are so amazing. I mean, the energy, the amount of fun you have, and all that. But it's so difficult to rank or rate yourself accurately in a team sport. You can think you're the best um, guard or shooter or defense, but I mean, there's no like ranking system, unlike in athletics where with long jump, you jump this distance, you are ranked this much in your country and in the world, for instance.
True.
So individual sports are always, yeah, so much easier to be motivated. You know what I mean?
They are.
So tell us, so then you go to your first uh, competition at what is it, in Zimbabwe? So you're out in Zimbabwe for the first time representing South Africa. Tell us about
Yes.
that. Obviously, as your first time, it must have been interesting, and it's not always easy. Did you find it difficult to adjust to the competition, or did it just come natural to you, or was there a bit of adjusting along the way?
Like you said, Timber, triple jump is not a big event in athletics. So it's always
Yeah,
a few girls. At the southern regions, it was only three of us. It was me from South Africa and the two girls from Zimbabwe. And I
yeah.
took the medal. I was gonna medal anyway because it was only the three of us. But no, it wasn't stressful at all. At all for me. I was just enjoying. I was still shocked that I'm representing South Africa, So it was more of a shock than a nervous thing for me.
Yeah. So then obviously, let's move down a few years. Then now you become after youth, you also represented South Africa at the African Championships. The African Championships where you won a bronze at triple in the triple jump. Was it the same environment as it was in the youth games, or was this one a bit more of a challenge and the competition a bit different?
It was a bit more of a challenge. But
Yeah.
which one? The junior African champs or the senior African champs?
Obviously, we're starting with the junior. We'll come up to the senior. Uh, we are building a story. We have to take people through the phases.
Okay, it was a bit of a challenge for me at the junior African champs because that's when I started taking it seriously. That's
Yeah,
when I knew what my goals were, and it was more different. There was more athletes than there were at this. So it was more competition. It was more difficult. Yes.
So did you like it's very interesting, the first time you go there, you're like, it's my first time, I don't expect to be here, and you've got a much more lighter approach to it and so on. Did you find that it's the more goals you set and distances and the more you knew about the event, did you find that it gets a bit more challenging, or did it make it easier for you to achieve your goals as a junior athlete?
It becomes more challenging, opposed to just, I'm just there, I'm just wearing South African colors, it's my first time here. It becomes more challenging because you have goals that you set for yourself, and if you don't get the goals that you set for yourself, it gets mentally challenging. Is the next competition gonna be better? Is the next jump gonna be better? So it gets more challenging. The more serious it gets, the more challenging it is.
It's interesting, because it's like I remember when I started athletics, I was sprinting, and then I decided, let me do the 400. And are you still there? Like, I didn't know about pacing
you were
and all.
buffering. You were buffering.
Yeah,
So
I'm back
you
now.
were saying you started as a sprinter, and
Yeah,
then
I was saying, you didn't know too much about pacing. While I was running the 400, you just went full out from 100 to 100 to 100 to 100, and then you get to the end and you're finished. And then the more you train, and then the coach is talking about lactic acid kicks in when you get to 300, and technique and all these things. All of a sudden, so it feels like the more information and the more goals you set and everything, it just gets harder, and it should be actually easier because you're more informed. But it's just interesting. I find it interesting how our minds work, and how that affects sometimes our performances.
that is definitely true. The more information, the more knowledge you get. I don't know why, the more difficult it gets. Because for me, I'd be like, okay, I just feel like taking off from here, the run up mark. I'd be like, oh, this looks far enough, put it there. And now, the more knowledge I got about, the steps, the strides in it. Some people run 7 strides, some people go for 10 strides,
Yeah.
The more complicated it got, the more difficult it got. Opposed to just saying, I'm there. You don't even warm up and you just jump or you just run.
Exactly. That's exactly how it is. So obviously, with that, you transition to senior level, and I definitely know that the senior level in South Africa, it was challenging. Obviously, one of your I know Patience, yourself and Patience are very close friends slash rivals slash enemies slash
Family.
friends slash family, and the competition obviously is much much more intense at senior level. Did you find the transition from junior to senior difficult, or how was that journey?
For me, it wasn't difficult because I started competing with the senior athletes at the age of 16. So it was a smooth transition for me because I was already competing with the senior athletes, Patience, Mati, our former triple champion.
Mati.
Yeah. So it was a smooth transition for me, but the only problem that I encountered was the last year of my junior athlete year when I got the stress fracture. That was the only thing. But competition-wise, I was already used to competing with the seniors of the country.
Okay. So obviously, one of the questions I always ask. I mean, like I said, people who don't know, you're only just 24 years old. I mean, you're young. it feels like you've been around forever. I won't lie. Like you said, you've been on the scene already at 16. You were competing with the top dogs. You've been around. It feels like forever. I don't wanna lie. When I saw you 24, I was like, what? Is this soccer age? Do you have an athletics ID book and then a real ID book which you use? Uh, so one of the things that I always want to know is like your motivation. Obviously, you have been doing the sport of athletics for a long time. I mean, for female athletes especially, I think it's one of the biggest challenges we have is that we lose a lot of very talented female athletes. You know, what has kept you in the game, focused? I mean, you're hungry, definitely. You broke the SA record, this year. So it just goes to show that there's definitely more that you want. What is motivating Zinzi Chabangu?
It's the goals. Honestly, you know what you want. You set goals for yourself. The ultimate goals. When I retire, I want to have achieved this and that. So
what do you want, Zinzi? What do you want?
What do I want?
Okay, don't say too much, but it must be big. I hope it's very big. You know,
it is being like a proper competition at international platform.
Yeah,
that's what I won't say too much, but that's just.
I think that's fair. You know, it's a very fair start, and I mean, with the jump that you put in this year, I mean, with the 14:03 national record, that immediately puts you at a level where you've entered, like, I'm here, I'm here, you know. And we're really looking forward to 2021, you know. I mean, you just have to add a few more, maybe another 20, 30, 40 plus centimeters, and you're in the mix consistently, you know, with the best of the best international athletes, you know. So you're on the right path.
Yes, thank you.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the SA record, jumping 14.03 meters. Let's talk about that moment, like, and please use your words. Explain for 50 marks. How was
yo, just thinking about it gets me emotional because it was the first competition. And for me and my coach, it was a thing of, you just want to open the season.
Yeah, just open.
You obviously want a good opener to, push.
Yeah.
And it was the first jumps competition for me. And it was the second jump. Because the first one was a no jump. The second one, I don't like feeling pressure of getting 2 no jumps. Then I have to put the third one in. So I told my coach, this next jump, I'm just going to put a safe jump in and we'll take it from there, And I put in that safe jump and it was a 14:03. So yeah, it was a big safe jump.
We
didn't expect it at all, honestly.
I never expected it. You never expected it. You can't. I mean, like, so 14 is a 40. Don't you think, man, hey, who's measuring there? Hey, sorry. Can you measure again? Like, what's going on in your mind when it's 14 meters? We've never seen such on South African soil from a South African athlete. You know what I'm saying?
For me, I was ready to walk away, but my coach just stood there because I wasn't in the zone of wanting to jump a big jump. I was like, okay, it's safe jump. Okay, cool. Now I can get focused, Now my coach is standing and I'm looking at him like, how, coach? Safe jump, And then when they said 14:03, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't. And I broke down. I got emotional. After that, I couldn't focus because I didn't. I'm serious.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Zinzi Chabangu put in a safe jump on her second jump and broke the SA record and became the first South African ever to jump over 14 meters. Yeah, so much for safe. Imagine if you went reckless there. What could have transpired?
But it was, it was, even though I say it was a safe jump, it had a bit of hunger in. It had a bit of, sometimes you want to open big. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I think it's that thing again of when you're at a place where you relaxed. Your intention was just to execute. There was no pressure of distance or etc. etc. And you found yourself with the most dangerous. You created the most dangerous Zinzi Chabangu, who is relaxed, not wanting to go for distance, not stressed, not under pressure. And I think that's the secret end of the day.
To stay calm, true. To stay calm at all times. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, because when you do that, you're actually restraining yourself from going big. Sometimes you just have to sobona phambili and just do it.
Absolutely, absolutely. But I mean, I think end of the day, like we can't forget about you said you were hungry. You had a desire to open with something big, and you made a mark. I mean, I think that's exactly what SA triple jump needed. We needed somebody to be like, you know what, something. I mean, the records have been falling. I mean, patience has been there, and we had, I mean, Charlene. Remember, Charlene Potgieter also
Yes.
broke the record at some point. Yeah, so they've been there. But 14 meters, we were waiting. We were waiting, and now we're waiting for bigger 14s. And yeah, we know they're coming. We know they're coming. How has training been? Like how is the transition? I mean, to come from jumping as a record into a time where you had to almost, taper down. Do you think that the time has been good for you to just relax and prepare and focus on your studies, or were you like hungry, like more competitions? I want to compete more.
Honestly, if you run a PB, or if you jump a PB, or you throw a PB, to rest is not an option because you want more. So
Yeah, yeah,
it came at a very awkward time for me.
yeah.
So, but it gave me opportunity to focus on my studies, but it wasn't what I needed. I didn't need the rest at all. But and
Can you hear me?
yes, I can.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, yeah, hey, it's a difficult time to rest. I mean, I see we're getting some comments as well from Chaswell Johnson. He's saying Zinzi with a lot of exclamation marks. I'm sure that's how you guys speak to each other that side at UJ. We've also got Sifarzo, the man from Kofi. He's also in here with us. I see he also said a comment. Like, let me see if I can find it. But I see also Mrs. Chantel Smith says, "So proud of you, Zinzi," with the heart. Thank you, Miss Chantel. I'm sure Zinzi appreciates that. Sfarso says slash mutase slash kimang slash. um. So yeah, Zinzi. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, that's what we want to see, and it's always inspiring, to see records are broken, and for you to be able to do that so early in the season. I think it also helps because it takes away, like I always say, like every time you jump a PB, it almost like ticks your progress levels. You even though the season ended a bit quickly, you're able to say, I'm a better athlete in 2020 than I was ever in my life. So you've got that ticked off, and I mean, I'm sure that gives you a lot of confidence going forward as well.
It does. Yes, it does.
Absolutely. So what's next? 2021 is around the corner. Everybody's talking about those rings. I'm not talking about the ones on the people put on their fingers. We're talking about the Olympic rings. Are you looking forward to 2021? If you were to just plain and simple put one of your simple goals for 2021, what would you say that is?
I'm looking forward to 2021 and qualify for the Olympics.
So what do you need to do that? Sometimes everybody says, I want to qualify for Olympics. We don't understand. What does it mean? Why don't you just qualify, Zinzi?
It takes a lot of hard work. Honestly, it takes a lot of mental strength as well. I think this year, as much as I say I didn't need the break, I needed it for my mental strength, mental awareness. Do I think, my thinking patterns, all that. And it takes a lot of motivation as well. So it's hard work, mental strength, and always being motivated. Being hungry, most importantly. You gotta stay hungry.
You gotta. That's the only way. If you wanna keep warm, if you wanna stay, keep, hungry, and you have to stay in the kitchen, stay close to the fire the whole time. It's the only way.
That's true.
So tell us about your relationship with your coach. I know you've got a very interesting relationship with your coach. Give the name. Athletes they just say, hey, my coach and my teacher. Give the names. Let people know who is in your team, who is backing you and making you achieve big things.
My coach's name is Wade Frieza. And
Big Wade.
Wade Frieza. Coach Wade.
Yeah. Coach Wade,
And our relationship is great. I hope he thinks the same too. But it is great. It's a bit of a challenge for us because he's in Limpopo, I'm here. But we make time. I drive up to him time to time, or he comes down to me, and we have sessions. So it's a great relationship.
Amazing stuff. Shout out to Wade. Whenever I need to get hold of you, I call him. Because it's very hard to get hold of you, Zinzi Chabangu, if I must be honest.
You got it through him. Yes, you did. And he had to pressure into this interview. I was like, coach, I'm shy, I'm this. Yeah, shout out to my coach. Shout out.
Shout out to Coach Wade Frieza. But it's important. As much as it might just seem like coming on here and just chatting. It's important. It's important. Somebody's gonna watch. After this, we're gonna save this. We're gonna put on YouTube, and people are gonna be able to watch and eventually maybe learn something. And also for you, to be able to put yourself out there and say, you know what, whatever the challenge is, I'm here. If I must talk, I'll talk. If I must jump, I'll jump. That's what it is. That's what it takes to be a professional athlete. And I think most South Africans should really, at the moment now, you're carrying triple jump. Obviously you're not carrying it alone, but you're one of the front carriers of the triple jump, especially for females. Even for men. I think you've jumped one of the most furthest distance we've seen in a while, both male and female. In a while. I'm talking about points wise and achievement wise, not distance. Not distance. Hey, otherwise people will attack me. So you definitely have to. Do you feel like there's a responsibility on you to do what I'm saying, or is this something that you've always done?
Credit must be given where it's due, Temba, and Patience, my cousin, the other triple jump athlete. Her thing was that she wants to keep the event running because there's not a lot of females, that was the goal. And
she did.
Yes, and she included me in that vision of hers. So we're working hand in hand to keep it going, to keep it, to keep the event alive, to put it out there.
No, shout out to Patience. Patience is she's a phenomenal athlete and also a person. I see the role she plays in your life. I see the role she plays in a lot of athletes. She's passionate about athletics. I personally believe that for this sport to get into the next level of greatness, it's gonna be the young people that are gonna have to carry the sport, number one. On an administration level, the athletes have to be passionate. We're gonna need more athletes, young athletes getting involved in managing and etc. etc. That's what's gonna get us there. Young coaches, to have coaches that are under the age of 50 and 40 and 30. It's important because those are the people, again, if they learn everything now, will be solid for the next 20 years, 30. And that has to continue. Without the patience, maybe triple jump today is not where it is. Without Zinzi Chabangu breaking the SA record, maybe a triple jump is not where it needs to be. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah, so man, shout out, personally, from Backtrack side.
And shout out to Patience. Shout out. She was there when I was ready to walk away. She was like, nah. You have to keep on. Shout out to my cousin. Shout out to Dasi.
No, big ups. Shout out to her. It's good. That's what you want to hear and want to see. All right. Anything? I'm gonna wrap it up. Our time was very funny today because of internet connection problems. I'll take the blame for it. I don't know what is going on my side. But anything you'd like to tell? There's gonna be a young up and coming athlete out there. You are too. Let's not forget, you're just 24 years old. You've jumped 14.03 meters in the triple, and in the long jump, you've also got a 655. That's also, it's a solid jump. That's big stuff. What message do you have to young up and coming athletes that want to take up triple jump especially?
To the young and upcoming athletes that aspire to be triple jumpers or already doing triple jump, I just want to say, keep on training hard. Keep on. It's a long process, and it takes time, but when you eventually get there, it's worth the hard work. It's worth everything you go through, everything you put. That's what I'd like to say to the young triple jump athletes out there. Keep on working hard. Keep the event alive. Most importantly, just set goals, set big goals. Most important, always have goals, no matter what it is, no matter it's this event. Just wanna have a good run-up session or whatever it is. But yeah, always have goals when you get in a competition.
Absolutely. A message you would like to give to South Africans or even people around the world? I'm sure you've got some supporters out there somewhere around the world. You've traveled a bit, you compete in Europe, you've been there, you had World Continental Cups, you've got friends everywhere now, and supporters. What message do you have for them? What message would you like to tell them?
Just want to say to everyone, thank you for the support. And I encourage people, even in South Africa, to watch triple jump and to watch field events as well. It's not only triple jump that we neglect in South Africa, but I encourage them to watch field events. And thank you for the support. Thank you so much to everybody. And I hope it's going to be a great season next year. Thank you.
Yeah, no, there's no choice. 2021, hey, people had enough time to rest their legs, to rest their hearts. When you have to stand before the line and it's time to perform. Even the hearts have rested this year. So next year, we don't want any excuses. People, we want big things only. Zinzi, we want big things. No more hiding. You are the person everybody's chasing now. No more hiding. So really looking forward to 2021. We hope you'll have a good season, injury free. Keep working, stay hungry, stay in the kitchen, keep working, and we're looking forward to 2021. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Super duper. Thanks to everybody for watching this evening. Thanks for your patience, guys. Not patience as in your cousin patience, but I'm talking about patience for people who had to endure the challenges of this internet and connections. We'll see you guys again next week. We'll be back again. So really appreciate it, guys. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Zinzi, thanks a lot. Take care.
Thank you so much, Temba.
Good night.
Bye.
All right, that's it for this evening from me, Tama Madima. #Diary of a Vendor. #Ndo. See you guys again next week. Take care, guys. Big Wade, thanks a lot for coming on. Mr. Frieza, and everybody else who was on here. Take care.